Hello, and welcome to the Heck Yes Comedy Podcast Halloween special, as symbolized by the pumpkin.
And only the pumpkin.
And only the pumpkin.
No one else is bothered.
We're
not dressed up.
This is what we usually look like.
That's the Sunday pajamas.
I've escaped specifically for this podcast.
So you just like standard convict.
Yeah, well, I was.
And the smooth criminal. It's a theme!
No one's got that.
It's a
so far.
theme!
Holy shit.
We did!
You look like one of those prison wardens from the colonial South, like the colonels that weren't really a military colonel, like more like Colonel Sanders.
Need
Like
the pocket watch and the little twiddly mustache.
yeah, boy, back down, smash them rocks up, boy.
Got the wrong hat. He needs 10 gallons.
yeah. Need a better hat.
Little folded over shotgun under one arm, like.
Yeah, boy. You better run, boy.
You do. That's an awfully racist costume now that I think of it.
Let's just stick to Michael Jackson. He was black.
You got Lloyd is in this little dichotomy. Lloyd is the prisoner, and Joe is the evil baron warden sort of character.
Yeah.
So
And you just terrifying 24/7.
Tom York. That's all right. That's all I have to do is like slightly close one eye.
By that, I will assume you mean more delusion than talent.
It's got me this
The
far.
costume. I say you have it down to a T. To a T. You know, I'm a guy who's angry that I'm missing the Seahawks game right now for this podcast.
That's no loss, Dylan. They're gonna lose.
Doesn't matter whether you win or lose. Look, I want to point out that there's good parallels here between sports fanaticism and religious fanaticism. I don't know why it is that people can't distinctly separate one from the other. People will be fucking going crazy on a Sunday when they should be at church. God damn that football! Sorry about that. Sorry, that football! And then the extremists come on TV. They're like, I can't believe people take such an extreme position with regard to their feelings. And then, move the goddamn ball! Move it! Move the yard!
Well, it's like as American football. I mean, is it because like obviously in Britain we have like football hooliganism. There is no American equivalent to that.
I would like to introduce Exhibit A, the Oakland Raiders.
It's not hooliganism. That's just self-abasement. That's all that is. It's self-hatred.
They stab each other. They
Yeah,
don't
that's
even,
what I'm
stab
talking
the other team. That's how horrible they are.
Well, the fans they
Yeah,
stab each
yeah.
other.
Who's the worst NFL fan base? Is it the Steelers?
I don't know.
They sound bad.
I would say, being a Cowboys fan, I'd say the Niners. Like you,
You
Neil.
fuck the Niners. Yeah. Fuck the, look, we can agree that they're twats, but are they the worst? I don't think they're the worst because they're kind of limp wrist and like real. They're like.
Yeah. Well, in their defense, how many rings do the Seahawks have?
Enough.
They got one.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about that. You know, we accept everybody. We would accept Michael Sam. We would.
So did we?
Yeah, that's probably.
You don't really understand.
Dallas Cowboys did.
Trying.
And that's
I'm really
Texas.
trying.
Just not.
This is.
Anyway, fanaticism. Why is it that people get so fanatical about sports and they don't think that that's an
Because
extreme position?
I think sport, it sort of encapsulates something that's lacking in the modern life. Yeah. It's like, whereas like in times gone past, where like science was less advanced and people would have like faith in Christianity or whatever.
Tribalism.
Yeah, and it'd be like, oh, the priest would say this. The priest obviously talks to God, so we'll follow that. But
Direct
like
line.
in this world of knowledge and fucking misinformation and science and stuff, like people don't really have that much faith in God. But they need to get involved with something. It fills a need that everybody has to belong to this, you know, or you can be like a fan of this band.
It's a belonging thing, but then
I suppose if you're going to be delusional and waste your entire Sunday, there's no reason to go to church about it. You may as well just watch football, am I right?
Or record a podcast.
what about those? What about those in America that do both every Sunday?
I don't know how
That's
they
their
find the time.
entire Sunday occupied
Well,
with just pure outright
These people are
fanaticism.
very
There's
productive.
that like sort of
While they
ongoing
drink
joke in The
Coca-Cola
Simpsons.
and eat McDonald's.
Just outraged the entire day. It's supposed to be a day of rest. This is supposed to be Shabbat. And they spend the entire day incensed.
Only if they're losing, they're on the losing team. So basically, if there is Lamech, I'm watching the Steelers.
It does seem
Horrible
slightly.
people.
It does seem slightly
Sorry.
strange that America, which is let's face it, they are. America is a very religious country.
Yeah, it's
And
one of the most religious countries in the world.
some of their main sports are played on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Now, what's up with that?
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Certain amount of,
Well, they fucking.
strange
I mean, America is like. Well, they fucking done that on purpose, haven't they? I mean, it's like because they thought, oh, church in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
game in
football
there.
is- and it's like, it all fits in. I mean, the whole sport of American football is built around advertising. They changed the rules in like the fucking 60s or 50s or something just to accommodate for television advertising.
Well, I think you're missing the point here, which is that we're finding a way for American males to avoid having to spend time with their family for at least 50% of the entire weekend between church and football.
Yeah,
Right? Don't bother me, we're talking about God. Don't bother me, the game is on. Feed me dinner and a beer, fuck off everybody. And then he has to go back to work for 5 more days and not be molested by his shit family. So I see where it's going.
I need to take up on this NFL thing.
Well, yeah, so it's like, so it's appealing to the man who wants to escape his reality and sort of like belong. So he's like, he wants to. I'm a fucking Seahawks fan. And go Hawks or whatever. Forget the family.
And,
This shit.
and hence the parallels to religion are seen.
Yeah,
There they are, rah rah for my team, your team sucks.
yeah, like fucking.
It's got more
In
parallels
spite of
to
all
Greek,
facts.
Greek religion, just because there's more than one particular god.
I like that idea. I
You
like
have-
the
you
mix
have
and
the-
match,
You
diversify.
have the god
like-
of defense, and
yeah. I like they go to the shop and like, oh, take some of this god and a deity here, and I'll take a pinch of these demons, and that's good enough for me. I like that. Good. It's
we
good.
should start a fantasy religion team, like fantasy football with deities.
Oh,
that
this
is
is
a
good.
fucking awesome idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bagsy
that has
Mohammed.
to be done.
I'm Bagsy Mohammed.
I'm Bagsy in paganism.
I hear they're making a
Sorry.
comeback.
Luke just basically Bagsy the tree.
Yeah, it's a fucking tree of life, man. As above, so below.
I like
Fucking
this.
magic.
What position does he play?
Whoever ends up with Scientology is getting fucked in the end.
The
I'll
wild
take Tom
card.
Cruise.
No, with a fucking
Just for
guarantee
the
they're gonna have a
bankroll.
strong legal team. That's the good thing with Scientology. They know how to fucking get the lawyers going. Like, that's
Well,
really-
Pagan's about to have a major celebration now. Like I said, All
Amen.
Hallows Eve here was originally pagan, I believe.
Yeah, well,
Well,
most things in
all
Christianity were.
Christian, all Christian,
Christian.
all Christian,
Christ.
holidays are.
With exuberance and glory.
There is no danger, only Zool.
For any of the younger generation, that was a Ghostbusters quote.
It was.
But Christians, what do you even have to do with any of this harvest festival stuff? They were like, oh, all these natives, fuck them.
Well, no, they just like literally like.
oh,
Right, the natives are having a bit of a get together. We need to go bigger. We need to promote this. Say God did it.
yeah.
Right? Fucking get all the fucking money, and then like, wait, oh, it's Harvest Festival. Wasn't this
But then
Samhain?
the devout
a few
Christians
years
all
ago?
hate Halloween because they're all like, it's Satan's holiday.
they
It's like,
used
it's
to.
not Satan's holiday, it's just a day for fun. And
I think they're softening up. I think the view it's much like Magic the Gathering. Back in the day, they're like, this is definitely the devil, and now they're like, it's probably not. It's probably not.
What's Magic the Gathering?
It's a card game played
Oh,
by
it's a-
virgins to avoid going to college courses.
All right,
it's
Yeah.
another D&D.
like Pokemon.
Oh,
You're striking
that stung. That stung somewhere.
A large audience of fat, sweaty Magic the Gathering players out there just stopped.
Something awful has happened.
I feel a tremor in the force. No,
Yes, it's the oldest collectible card game out there. It's been like 25 years or so. It's been going, and Magic the Gathering is like it set the bar essentially for all table-based non-playing card type. If it's not a game with the playing cards, it pretty much comes from Magic, and that's almost a guarantee. And
because
still-
is that Hearthstone? What's that?
Hearthstone?
Something like
See,
that.
yeah, Hearthstone is World of Warcraft. It's made by Blizzard, right? In their world, but essentially, yeah, it plays a lot like Magic, an awful lot. And you'd see that Magic has really kind of been the foundation of. Anyway, people thought it was really satanic and evil and stuff because it had used imagery of devils and demons and stuff for some of the.
As you
Some-
would,
some-
in fantasy, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
but it also has. So that would be like it's divided into 5 colors, which roughly analogous to different forces of elements of the universe. So black, dark, and death. Green, the forest and life and vitality. Blue, air, sky, and water. Red, fire, mountains, and earth. And white, light, holy, and sort of that type of thing.
Magic.
Right, yeah. So all these Christians back in the when saw the black card and red cards with these demons and vampires on them. They're like, oh my god, it's got to be Satan. And it's like, well, there's an angel card as well. They totally ignore all of that type of...
because you have to sort of set up. I mean, it's like Dungeons and Dragons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which,
Right.
by the way, Christians should be on Dungeons and Dragons because if there is a path to surefire abstinence better than D&D, I have never seen it.
Inadvertently taking a vow of celibacy to play Dungeons and Dragons.
That is a commitment to avoiding immoral action.
So some guy comes around, hey guys, I brought my Dungeons and Dragons set. It's like, yep, we're religious.
Right, let's get out of the jacuzzi.
Holy shit,
Leave the
boys.
women, leave the
Girls.
ladies. Leave the
Girls,
ladies
put
over
on your
there.
clothes. We've got to
Haven't
play
you got,
D&D.
haven't you got some knitting to do, ladies? Fucking, there's an amazing. I've talked to you about this before. The moral framework of Dungeons and Dragons. I came across this because of that book I read, Ready Player One, which is fucking amazing. I've got to lend you that book as well. You've got to read it because I think you'd love it. 'Cause it's all referenced like 80s like pop culture, arcade games and stuff like that. But like, was it chaotic? Right, you got chaotic and lawful.
Yeah.
Going alongside good and evil, essentially, and it comes down to like a chart of like 9.
But you have also neutral in both ways.
Yeah.
So you can be either toward the side of order or chaos, or neutral, and that could be good or neutral or evil. Or you could be the other way around. You'd be toward sort of like you're a good guy or a neutral guy or a self-interested evil person.
There's like a 4-way grid.
A 9-way grid.
9,
Even.
yes,
What?
9, it's like
Yeah.
like that.
Because
It's a 3x3.
That's really stupid.
yep, 3x3. No, it makes
No, but
perfect
it's,
sense because
it's amazing fucking framework, man. I mean, like I as soon as I came across it, I realized I am chaotic good. That is who I am. Have you got a preference? Like, have you?
really, because I see you as more of a chaotic neutral.
Nah, I'm chaotic good.
You do whatever, but not with any pattern of that can be.
No, man. Because I read up about it, and it's like fucking. I'll always like try and do right by somebody. I stick up for like people who are being victimized.
I know what you
but
mean.
I'm not like. I'm not inclined. I'm not driven to go and help them. But if I'm in the situation where I can help them, I'll always help them. You know.
See, because chaotic good is over the top. Chaotic good means a disregard for order in order to do good, right? So that would be like the guy who not only pummels the bully, but then drags him by his hair to the victim and makes him apologize and rubs his face in the dog shit. That would be chaotic good, full on.
Yeah, that's
You
me.
know,
I'm that guy. I am that guy. Where do you see yourself in this?
I definitely think I stay neutral because I'm not a good person.
Do you double neutral? Are you a neutral?
Very rare is anyone actually truly neutral because people have motivations.
Yeah, neutral just sounds like apathy. Just fucking someone else will take care of it. Let the chaotic guy to deal with this shit, like, you know.
It brings it down. I mean, it comes down to the point there is no such thing as a truly selfless act. Because no matter what you do, you get some sort of good feeling out of it. Therefore,
So-
it's no longer selfless.
There's a question: if you had superpowers, would you use them for good or evil?
Depends how super they were.
But it'd be my good. It wouldn't be like. I'd do it for like,
It'd
what
be
I
your
perceived.
good, not the greater good.
What I perceived as
See,
good.
I would
yeah.
almost certainly be.
But I'm flawed as well.
Like
I
how
would-
super? Like if I could make and fill a cup of tea constantly every day, like if that was the limit of, like I'd probably just go around and serve people cups. But if I could go invisible and whatever, evil.
Yeah.
Evil all day.
I'm talking
Evil.
proper superhero powers.
Full on.
Full on.
Not like that Ben Stiller movie with the guys who.
No, Mystery
not like
Man.
that,
What
okay.
kind of shit that
Not
is.
like that level.
I like that movie.
Well, you're wrong.
That was
No,
hilarious.
it's funny, man. It is funny.
Straight up, you dismissed, son. You dismissed. That's it.
Haven't you got a fucking plantation to work on?
Where do you think we got this baby from? It looks like you've been punched in the side of the head.
Joe's
It's
trying to
just-
skull fucking.
How old is this pumpkin?
It's only about 4 days old.
You know,
It's just starting to rot
for
already.
very long days.
Well, like I say, I have to depend on the power and the level of power, right? Because you can't be mad with power if it's only like this much power. You could be like, well, that
Yeah, but you
ran out.
can't
I'm
be
gonna
mad.
fill your cup of tea with anger.
But you can't be mad without power. Nobody listens to you.
Exactly, right? Yeah,
Thing
you're
is,
like,
that-
oh, that's
that
a bit
cup of tea
warm,
power,
isn't it?
Just sussed out how you can use that cup of tea power as evil. Go around to a homeless shelter and fill everyone's cup except one guy.
That's nice.
And then just look at him and go,
No.
No. With that kind of power,
No,
to be
no,
evil,
no,
to be evil with that kind of power is you don't use it.
No,
So you hold off on it. People go, "Oh, my cup of tea's gone cold." You go, "Ha, sucker."
No,
Like,
you're
oh, Lloyd's at
homeless
work again,
shelter.
the tea's cold. Oh, yeah. Oh, still cold, is it? Oh. Someone should do something about that.
Yeah.
Mine's
Oh, I
not.
wish
If
I could
only-
help you.
The best
Oh, that's
way
nice.
to upset the homeless people with that power is to fill everybody's cup of tea and then give it to one guy to go.
Are you sure about that? Being a
Empty
good,
mug.
are you good?
No, I am good.
You are.
I think
I
I'm
would
good.
almost
I try and-
certainly be a bad guy out, super villain.
I think
Because I'm a selfish prick.
the marker is what if you had unlimited resources? That's what really brings out a person's character. Is if you had unlimited resources.
So whether you go Bruce Wayne or Lex Luthor.
What do you do with them? Absolutely. How do you use them? See, I figure I ignore all you fuckers and disappear, which probably means neutral, right? Because otherwise I would definitely subjugate most of you.
You're not. Because to be evil is to literally come after us and make us suffer for all that would be evil.
Could be. So let's look at the three branches of evil in that framework, right? So if we had lawful evil, that's your average politician, people who work within the framework of social order in order to take advantage of and so on. Then you have sort of your neutral evil, which is your general cunts. You know, people who are just generally twats to everybody, people who start fights and gossip and steal, and generally people you don't want to be around and things. All the way to your chaotic evil, people go out of their way to fuck you up. And this might not mean necessarily, this isn't necessarily going to be your John Wayne Gacy. This could be your bank manager. Or other horrible evil people
who will take joy in being vindictive to others, and although they won't, because they're chaotic, they won't necessarily plan to do it. So but it will happen, and when it does happen, they'll take it. They'll take it.
Where would the
Tories?
Where would the mob?
Tories are fucking
lawful evil.
Lawful evil, but they go by their own laws.
But they operate within the framework of the law for their own benefit.
But they also help to decide the framework of the law.
Yeah, which even more so lawful evil. You know, because they're manipulating the law to allow them to do it even better.
Whereas you take a street gang well, I'm not going to say names of street gangs because I'm still known in the States. But let's just say that if there were some Californian gangs with Hispanic in nature. MS-13, Vato,
No!
Oh no! We done it now. Okay, we done it. Oh, sorry. No.
It's honest now, man.
See, those guys, they do what they want when they want, but they don't give a shit about anyone else. So they've got to be chaotic evil. They're chaotic. They don't believe in order. They don't follow order.
But within their own hierarchy, they must adhere to laws.
Only out of self-preservation. Yeah. Which in itself doesn't make you a good person. It just makes you smart.
So as an entity, they're chaotic.
Yes, absolutely.
But within that entity, there has to be laws. It has to be. So
it works on a hierarchy for a start.
This is going.
Well, no.
Inception level, fucking.
Inevitably, it will work as a hierarchy. That's how humans fucking. That's how we fucking interact. There's always hierarchy, isn't it?
Where are we on a totem pole with each other? Yeah, it's out there now.
I'm on the base. I'm the base level.
You are the cock ring of the whole structure. Hold it up.
I'm the vibrating cock ring.
He's the anus of the group.
I can't believe I paid £5.90 for you and you only asked 10 minutes.
10 minutes? You had a good one.
Yeah, but I don't need any longer than 10 minutes anyway. 10 minutes is fine for me.
But no, are we all?
I've eaten a pizza in that time too.
Getting it done. I think. Most of us are more neutral than we think. Most people like to think that they would be good. But when given the opportunity to not fuck each other, people always do.
No, man, I don't think... I see myself as good because I have to. Otherwise, I just eat myself up and go mad. But I always try and help people when given the opportunity, or if I'm in a random situation in which I can help, I always try and help, you know?
Yeah.
And, I don't go out of my way to help people.
Yeah.
But when presented with the opportunity to do something good, I will always do something good.
I know what you mean. The other day, right, a homeless guy comes up to me and he's definitely in need. There's homeless guys together. He's like, I can tell how hungry this guy is. He's like, please, where can I get something to eat? I was like, just eat him. Problem solved. Like, you got hungry people out there. You got people sleeping on the streets. Column A, column B, sort it out. Look, that's what the problem is. The solution. It's been there all along.
So you're saying that the solution to the problem of hunger is cannibalism.
Well, I didn't say it exactly like that, but yeah.
So then we can kind of we'll eat all the guys in prison, right?
Yeah.
All the criminals.
Yeah.
All the bad
fucking
people.
brave thing to say wearing that.
I broke out. Right. Then we eat the unemployed. Another problem solved.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then Parliament. We should probably eat them first.
Parliament. And then we eat the homeless, and then after we eat them, we go, fuck, they could have lived in the jail.
Yeah, that's
Oh shit, we nearly had it.
Like, just flossing, like,
what are we going to do with this ridiculous jail?
Theme park.
The Alcatraz experience, I like that. Yeah.
Doesn't that already exist?
Does it?
No, they do tours of Alcatraz.
Oh yeah.
You said doo doo.
Right, I've actually heard my mum's friend, right, Auntie Simone, right, she's not really my auntie, but I've actually heard her mother, right, arranged events and parties and stuff, right, and I've actually heard her in a very thick Welsh accent say, "My mum, the doo-doos." As in, like, my mother arranges parties for other people.
She does
my
do's.
my mum, the doo-doos. She do-do-doos.
It's
It's the fucking it's the best example of Wenglish I've ever heard in my life. My
That's not even
mum, the
Wenglish.
doo-doos.
There's just nothing. There's nothing about that makes any sense.
No, I'm following
No,
you.
it does. It does make sense.
Her mom do's.
I understand
she
it, but it
do
doesn't
them.
mean it, I understand. Just because I understand what it means doesn't mean it makes sense.
Just because you
Well,
sound
no,
like a
it
posh
does,
cunt.
because you understand what it means. It does make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
That's what making sense
She do.
is.
She
She
do.
do. She do. She do.
Just stop. Just shut up.
I like that. Yeah.
My mum, the doo-doos.
Yeah.
And it could almost work as like a sort of 80s song as well.
Doo-doos.
My man, the doo-doos. Your dad, the don't.
Yeah. It would take fucking ages to put that up on the lyrics web pages, wouldn't it?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, so that was that.
I think we just came across on the first Heck Yes single.
My mom do's.
No, we've got to fucking record at some point. Sort it out with Kieran. We've got to get Will Ford to record the booty song.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure the internet would just eat that up.
The bomb booties.
Yeah,
Booty.
imagine like Will Ford, like all pimped out in like big ostentatious pimp clothes, singing that song at the camera. It'll be fucking genius.
We need to put a beat to it, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Booty bum bum booty.
Don't give it away now.
Coming soon.
Teaser.
That was vivacious as fuck.
So, we've been talking about stuff and things.
We're talking about me missing the fucking game.
No, you're not missing anything, are you? The Seahawks lose. It's what they do this season, okay?
I know.
Seahawks.
It just hurts because
Seahawks.
we're so
Hawks
close.
of the sea.
We're so close.
Are they like seagulls?
No,
they're like raptors.
not those types.
Yeah, no, legitimate raptors.
Legitimate
That
should be a hip hop act.
Possibly a good band name.
Yeah, with legitimate raptors.
An American
Rap group.
football game, but instead of
Raptors.
humans on the field, you have raptors and panda bears. And see how that pans out.
Yeah, what about that? What about a game where we genetically engineer the mascots of the teams and they are the actual players?
Oh my
like,
god, that is the sport of the future, man.
right? You would just pick the nastiest mascot possible. You'd be like the mammoths or somebody. Like,
No,
What the fucking raptors?
the raptors. Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus.
Well, the Velociraptor.
No, the Velociraptor is not as intimidating as commonly thought, is it? I mean, the
No, it's got
Velociraptor
feathers.
is
Right,
actually
so-
4 foot high and is covered in
It's
feathers.
about so
It's not a
tall.
nasty bit of work.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to socialise with the bastards, right? They're fucking lizards. They have no
Well,
social skills.
If you can genetically engineer them, then surely you can genetically engineer the kind of raptors we saw in Jurassic Park, so they're that much bigger. And
Well,
they
no,
don't have the feathers.
the species in Jurassic Park is like called a Deinonychus or something, but it's essentially the same thing, less feathers and fucking double hard. It's like 6 foot high.
Yeah,
and
it's like Cockney as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
You fucking can't do that. Hey, you can't. I'll fucking kick you up and down this club, you fucking. You're trying to knock me off your fucking
So the
side.
only thing you actually need to say was clever girl.
right. So
I love that film.
So that's
I
it,
love
right?
that
Our hardest invisible new football team would be Cockney Raptors.
film. Robot.
Cockney Raptors. And again,
No, fucking you. Fucking you. They sound
Skynet.
fucking awesome.
Skynet.
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 There it was.
We'll get in touch with Skynet. We'll see if we can do it.
Skynet Arena.
Skynet.
Skynet and InGen
Okay,
team up together.
Hello. Makes me sound more impressive.
He's talking to the pumpkin again.
Luke. I am Luke.
Yeah, that
I am your son and father.
Yeah.
you're doing the Jesus
Essentially,
thing
you're
again. You
listening.
can't be your own son and father. That's only reserved for our Lord and Savior.
It's reserved for Jesus and Lister from Red Dwarf.
That's right. There's a very limited list of people who could be their own dad, and you're not on it.
You could be like Futurama. You could be your own grandfather.
That is possible. Yeah.
It's not though, is it?
Well, no.
You could be your own step grandpa. I mean, no. But it's not about that. It's about who raises you. So
it depends whether you're
raise
from
yourself,
Arkansas or not.
If you raise yourself, then I think that's what makes you family to you.
If you raise yourself.
It's not about blood.
As if you've got another option.
Self-raising babies.
I want nothing to do with myself. Hello, mother. Nice to meet you. I'm
sorry
that I'm born. I'm resigning myself of all possible connections.
I'm sorry if
with
I have no
myself.
confidence. I abandoned myself at birth.
Wait, so you have to divorce your own step grandpa? Fight him for custody.
Superb.
We're getting pretty good at this, boys. We're quite fun.
We're getting drunk on a Sunday.
I'm not drunk.
Sunday is fun day.
What? Hello.
Hola.
Talking points?
Quite bien.
Halloween.
We got talking points.
Halloween. Does anybody have any funny Halloween stories?
Joe, resident goth. It's basically his Christmas.
No, this is where this is the only day of the year where he actually looks normal.
Yeah, this is true. But I'm. Fuck.
You look more normal than usual wearing that. To be honest.
This is true. I was that far off being on my own this Halloween as well. 'Cause the wife's away. And she's coming back now, and we're going to a party.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
that's nice.
As you should. Spooky people should be with other spooky people.
Hang on a minute. Can I
During
just
the
point out
festive
that
time
he's
here.
actually got the game?
I don't really know anything about that.
He's actually got the game.
I
on his
have
phone.
no idea. Oh,
What's
no.
the score?
It's on the Buffalo game right now.
I'm sorry. There's no way he was getting away with that.
It's Buffalo 24, Jets 17. Doesn't look good for Rex Ryan's Blizzards.
Does it matter? Is there any sort of does it matter to you? This one, like, does it reflect on like the league standings or whatever?
Every game is fucking crucial. Every game is absolutely crucial.
Is it like a league table?
Yeah, so you've got half the whole thing is super confusing. It's made to confuse normal people. So you got 32 teams, cut into 2 conferences, and then each of those cut into 4 divisions of 4 teams each, for a total of 32 teams in 2 conferences over 8 divisions.
Why?
Simple enough until we start talking about the playoffs.
Right, the playoffs is like the end of the season.
Playoffs,
Like the top teams or whatever.
Eight teams automatically go through the playoffs, and that's the winner of each group of 4. And then there's 2 wild cards, which is the top non-winning team of each
conference, and then they play each other.
And
get 1 chance to mom spaghetti. Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Right. So. And that's the Super Bowl.
No.
The playoffs.
no, that's just the beginning of the playoffs. Yeah, trust me. This.
No, but the end of the playoffs is the Super Bowl, is it?
Yes.
Right. So you got like sort of like a really fractured, broken league, split up over like lots of different small leagues.
It makes more sense when you think about it like this. You've got you've got the NFC and the AFC, which are the 2 halves, right? So imagine 16 teams on each side. Cut into 4 groups. All those 4 groups are fighting each other for 1 of 4 spots, so they can play to be the 2, to play to be the 1, and the 1 on either side will come.
It's like two flow charts running into each other.
Yep.
Essentially.
Unstoppable force, immovable object. Boom! Sunday.
Also, the best adverts.
Yeah.
They do that. Don't they?
Super Bowl do have the best adverts.
Yeah, probably.
That's a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I
Coca-Cola, every year Coca-Cola spend about $1 billion in advertising during the Super Bowl.
Which is ridiculous because they're the most known brand worldwide. It's like, it's diminishing returns. Who are you paying? Like, some guy in fucking Djibouti or somewhere is like, what is this Coca-Cola? It's like the last guy to hear about Jesus who was like, have you heard the news? And I'm like, no.
They should just give the Super Bowl...
Jesus Christ?
Here's a great idea for the American economy, is just to give the Super Bowl advertising slots to smaller businesses, create more conglomerates to take more money from.
Yeah, but that's not the way
that's not how the American.
Let me tell you something.
That's not how capitalism I know this, but it's an idea.
That is not how government would want it. Government want to pander to a handful of people purely because they hold
Extremely
all the
rich
fucking
people.
power.
Let me tell you what, son. When you create the biggest sports league in the world, and you create the best time slot for advertising in the world, then you can decide who will put their advertisements there. Until then, the God gracious NFL has decided that Doritos and Coca-Cola are going to have the halftime show, and you're going to watch Bruno Mars. So shut the fuck up.
Have you seen that fucking picture of the Asian guy eating Doritos?
What?
I found it on the internet, and literally I've been laughing at it all week, right? It's basically just an Asian guy holding a massive blue bag of Doritos with chopsticks. And he's just standing, and he's got like this sort of look of like, what the fuck? Where he's like in a suit, he's like in some sort of job. But it's fucking brilliant. It's the most funny picture I've seen in ages.
Have you never done that?
Can we get this on the
No,
screen?
I can't use chopsticks.
What?
I can't use chopsticks.
Get a friend. They can do the black keys, and you do the white keys.
Ah!
No, it's good with Cheetos too, man, or Watsits or whatever, man. If you want to play on the computer, like, or you got to play NFL or whatever, hook me up. If you want to play Xbox One on ESPN, if you want
Brought to you by Coca-Cola.
no, then you use chopsticks, man. You get your Cheetos out like that, and then your hands are clean to continue to play.
I've seen also Asian as well. Like they've got these things.
So smart in a not racist way.
They got like these plastic things, right? Like three, like one for your thumb, one for your finger. It's like a prong, like a
thimbles.
Yeah, but it's all connected into one like thing.
Oh right, okay.
And you sort of scoop them up and just eat them like that. You got clean fingers.
It's like a little plastic bit that comes
Again,
on the plugs. Like
this is like this reminds me of JML inventing solutions to problems that don't exist.
I like that.
That's what it is like, you know. Oh, so I don't get crumbs on my fingers. Fuck off! Wipe them on your jeans or lick it off.
All right, bro. Next time we play games together, I'm gonna fuck your controller up, and we'll see what's up then. I'm gonna have fucking jerky and biltong all over everything. We'll see how you like it then. Yeah.
Grind it into the mechanism.
Yeah.
Like.
What's up? What's up?
I only got one controller.
How many more plugs are we going to get into this show?
Jack Link's beef jerky. Feed the beast. I don't know if that's their tagline. Sorry.
Nike.
No.
That one.
No.
Beef something.
Just do
No.
it.
Beef. Today brought to you by dead cows.
Life is a highway. Drink it up. That could be 2 taglines. I'm pretty sure that.
The fuck does that even mean? You can't drink a highway. You can't drink a highway.
It's more of a metaphor. Look,
It wasn't even a metaphor. A metaphor for what?
Sports performance?
No.
Right.
Is the answer.
So, what's the score? Oh, hold on.
You're losing?
6 all
Okay,
going into
we're
the fourth
overtime.
quarter.
That's
It's
brilliant game being played. 6 apiece.
Yeah, if we could hurry up and just stop doing this so that I can go back to something I'd rather do, like watch sports,
Man,
that would be awesome.
probably got time for a sign off then.
Halloween, special time of year, only comes once a year.
Like all
And
the
I
other
should
days
show,
of the
like
year.
Every other holiday, which really, I suppose it makes it as special as Yom Kippur or Passover. No, that's 7 days, isn't it?
Passover.
I'm not really good on my
No,
Jewish holidays. Let's just
Passover is one day. Passover is a day.
Yes.
It's Hanukkah is 7 days.
You know, this is one of those.
Oh, no,
it's
8
like
days.
Columbus
8
Day
days.
or any other holiday.
I'm not sure. I don't
Ash
know much
Wednesday?
about Hanukkah.
Is that?
Ash Wednesday.
Pancake Day.
Pancake Day.
It's
Stroke Tuesday.
It's quite similar. It could be religious. It's not really. It's just more about just vice. Yeah, we do that though. We take all the good holidays and then we find a way to make them inject them with one of the 7 deadly sins, like quite easily, like Thanksgiving, anger,
And
Christmas,
gluttony.
Christmas,
and gluttony.
greed, and
Thanksgiving
gluttony.
is not really a thing over here, though, is it?
We're doing it. We're doing Thanksgiving. It's just because it's a huge day for American football.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, Niners-Hawks game that day.
Yeah, you want
Go Hawks.
to come for a Thanksgiving roast?
I'd love to. There's a bet with me right now and Neil that's been captured drunkenly on camera, and I'd just like to bring everyone back to that bet, which is that there's going to be a fair amount of jersey swapping and nail polishing going on, depending on who wins between the Hawks and Niners game, and possibly escalating to an eyebrow if we go to the NFC game, and then who knows?
That's not happening, is it? The Seahawks are not barely going to make the playoffs of
It
it.
doesn't matter because we're talking about who wins the series between us. So it doesn't matter who we win. It just means we got to beat them. Anyway, be nice. Maybe we can go to tattoos next season. We'll get there.
All the things you said, running through my head, running through my head. Tattoo.
Oh man, they were the best fake lesbians ever.
Yeah, I know, man.
Do you know, like, loads of their songs are written by the drummer from Stabbing Westwood?
Really?
Yeah.
I've been told. Scott texted me saying that you're a legend stabbing Westwood Wise.
Yeah, I am.
I have no idea what that means.
So
I do.
It means of bands that had one transitively popular hit during the 90s for about 5 minutes, he is the king.
Anyway, on that note, we do need to sign this off now because our producer's going fucking insane.
Good night, everybody.
Happy Halloween, you
Jack,
bastards.
enjoy your lobotomy.